Hello, everyone, and welcome to the This Is Your Favorite League. And today, I'm shooting. Hopefully, this is slightly louder than I do not know. Oh my. Okay. So hopefully, this is a little bit better than sometimes when I'm streaming. It can be slightly lower, but to get a review done because I just got done seeing the movie Fighting with Family, which, by the way, another very unsuspected good movie that I got a chance to see last night. So I'm going to go over what the movie is basically about, some pros, some cons, and then whether or not you should watch the movie. So this movie is based on one of my favorite WWE wrestlers. Her name is Paige, and she's been in the WWE for a while. Now, I know what everyone might be thinking out there. This is another move from the SJW to prop up the media. The whole female narrative that's been going around. But actually, this is a true story based on the wrestler. I followed WWE as a kid, and so I know of various wrestlers, and she actually was responsible for a large female movement within the WWE. Her story is actually quite amazing. So basically, this whole movie is a biopic on how she got started. The thing that I like about this film, both male and females are represented equally. Paige goes through struggle. And I've said this in other videos. The thing that's been missing with a lot of movies is propping up a certain type of character without giving us a reason to care. And you see a lot of her failing and even thinking about giving up on this dream. Just picture that you get a chance to go to the WWE, and whether you like wrestling or not, that is a huge opportunity. And you're doing it as a female. These are huge, big, buff guys, right? And at this time, there was only a small group of females. And most of the time, they had side stories, but the wrestling aspect was brand new. So she really does have God given talent of wrestling. And I like how they highlight that struggle. And not only the division between the male and female aspect, but the division within the females, the jealousy that occurs between having all of these females and their different personalities clashing together. I mean, essentially, you're stuck with these people for months or years training. And I think this film does a lot of good stuff with avoiding going. Now, you have Paige and you have her brother, and then you have her mom and her dad. And essentially, they're a family of wrestlers, and they come from London and they're struggling. And this story is about how she gets selected for this opportunity and how she deals with that and missing her family. It's essentially becoming a wrestler, and some of the stuff you don't see outside. I think some of the stuff that makes wrestlers in general identifiable. Like, imagine being on the road 365 days a week. That's a tough life, male or female. And I like how there are certain characters when you see this movie that explain how they just didn't make it. They didn't have that thing. And even being a female, she has that thing. It's a spark. It's something that people can connect to. It's about connecting with the fans, connecting with the people that you work with. And you have to have a persona as much as you have to have natural talent. Take The Rock, for instance. He's heavily involved in this movie. Or, well, he comes in here and there. But his little cameos signify what this movie is about. And his advice that he gives throughout this film really tells you about how tough the struggle that they have is. So my pros for this movie, jumping right into it. The person who plays Paige, she looks exactly like her. And I don't have a thing to tell me who the actress is. I didn't expect to see this movie, but she looks, if you compare her, they show clips at the end of her and the real wrestler Paige, they look exactly alike. And Paige got signed at 18 years old, which is the youngest female wrestler in the history of WWE. And just think about being 18 and all of a sudden you're thrust into the spotlight. It's a big responsibility. And Vince Vaughn is in this, and he plays the trainer. And just the few moments you have with the interaction with these two, no one is overshadowed. It really is a great dynamic between characters. Um, I mean, just the dialogue, the choreograph, and all of the different things that they do in this film is right. Um, and most importantly, the struggle, the character arc. You really identify with this character, with Paige, and what she goes through. And I think that is what is missing in a lot of films. This film deals with the family, deals with their connections. There's a lot of scenes where you see the conflict, and you realize that she had help with everyone. And it wasn't just females that helped her through, that played an aspect in it, and her bonding with the rest of her wrestler friends. But it was also male figures in her life, her father, her mother was a big influence, and then her brother. And the story highlights the dissension between her and her brother because she gets picked and he doesn't. And it deals with a lot of things that happen, and it gets explained later why. But I mean, this is just a really good, well made film. So, my cons, it kind of goes through the beginning half and then just leaves it there. If you don't know her history, then you don't know really how the story ends. I do, but it's kind of like not even a sequel, just a kind of she gets to the big show, and you know what I mean? I don't want to give too much away, but um, it felt a little abridged. My other issue with it was there were certain parts in the movie that I felt kind of didn't add anything. But I mean, not really many negatives I can give this film. It was well acted, it was well scripted, and even if you're not a fan of wrestling, you could identify with the lead as far as it not being about wrestling necessarily, but a person who struggles to make their dream come true. And I think that will resonate a lot with people. So, my overall view is this: this is a great, unexpected movie. And anyone who has run out of things to see, this is a good film to see. This is the type of film that shows a strong female lead who's not just strong for no reason. She struggles, she falls down, she fails, and then she uses her family and she uses motivation for them to pick herself back up. And that's really what good story writing should be about. She's not a one-dimensional character. She oftentimes has doubts about something that she wants to do her whole life. And I think that is what everything is about when it comes to story writing. You have to have struggle in order for us to care when they finally make it to wherever they're going. So this was a surprise movie, and I saw this and Greta, and I'll probably do a review on Greta. That had a lot of cons, but I wanted to shoot this out and just see how it looks on this new platform. So if you like this, give me a like below. If you're not subscribe now. I'm up to 58 people, so let everyone know about my channel. I'm slowly growing. And also, thank you everyone who's left me comments. I am going to be doing a review on Dead Space Downfall. I'm actually watching that right now. I might shoot out a quick video on that after I get this situated, because my hair isn't quite where I want it to be. But anyways, thank you everyone. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your views. And I will see you guys next time. at the movies.